Fly. Even though I don't think I'll use Sly too much in this video, I'm gonna hit Control XO to go to the other window, Control X, no, Control G to cancel that, Alt X CD, and I'm just gonna say C www, since I think I've been putting most files in there. And then I'm gonna do security now, grabber.lisp. And I've been listening to security now episodes when I'm not doing anything else, so let me go to Google. So I don't like DuckDuckGo inside Qt browser. It already has built-in shortcuts that Qt browser uses, and probably just can type security now. And I've been using these right here, the Twit TV ones. And then go to the bottom of the page, Shift G, and it says all episodes. I'm gonna make this window bigger actually first, because Qt browser is kind of funky with the link hints. And the latest episode's right here, so I'm gonna try to go to that one. And actually, it was overlapping right there. Go to download options, and then if I hit Y, it'll bring up link hints. And right here, I can hit KD, and it'll copy that link for me. So semicolon Y, sorry. And I don't know if you saw that, but semicolon Y, and then KD, and then down here, it copied that to the clipboard. So I come back over here. Guess I should comment that out. Well, that link's a lot different. So this link's different than the ones I've been seeing, but I'm not that far yet either. So let me just Shift H to go back. Go to the bottom of this page. HL, let me change that to 37. And then go to the bottom of this page. Like I'm trying to hit F, it brings up the links LJ. I don't know if you can tell, but right here, there's a link behind the link. That's why I put this in full screen and it's still doing it. So I can't read the link behind that, which I don't know why Qt browser lets these hints overlap each other. It's like the worst thing you could do for this. So LJ is not working, so I'm just going to click that link for whatever reason. So GL and then semicolon Y, LD, copy that to the clipboard. And then that's the URLs I'm used to seeing. Like I think I'm on like episode 150. But looking at these right here, it looks like, let me just come up here and say like sample URLs. And then I'm going to cut this and then paste it. Oh, I don't need to do that because I'm cutting the whole line. And then right here, probably from like here to here, maybe if I delete that, then the URL looks the same. So now what I need to do is to cut that and then start up mean W real quick. And start up tmux. It's so slow. cd/c ww. And then in here is where I just started the other file. And I'm just going to make a directory and call it like sec now. And then I'll just cd into there, I guess. And I just want to wget this link because I know the other ones work. And then make sure that's like 44 megs. So yeah, if I say file, then we can see it's an MP3 file, so that worked. So that's good. So although the links changed right here, I could get rid of all that crap and just have this. So I don't need this line anymore. Which I'm going to guess from 1 to 866 if these two works, and all the ones in between are going to work. And what I've been doing lately is like right here, I've just been wgetting these, and it looks like they're all like this 001, and then right here 001. So I've just been wgetting this, and then go to change this to a 2, and then change this to a 2. And normally I'd write a script like this in Shell, or maybe Perl, Python, Ruby. More than likely a Shell script, but I'm just trying to get to where I do the stuff inside Common Lisp that I do in any other language, I guess. When normally I just try to choose a language that's the best thing for it, I guess. I can leave that open, I guess. So if we go back to Emacs, and then the script is just to like download security now links. Actually, I'm creating links. So create security now links to grab with, in my case, Wget. I kind of wanted to write a script or make this script also download them with like Drachma, or there's another library called Trivial Download, which uses Drachma. But it makes more sense to keep these as separate scripts to me because I don't want to just create some links with to get with Wget and have to use uh, Quick Lisp to download some other stuff that I don't need whenever I'm not using it. So maybe I'll create another one later on. And so, like thinking of this, it seems like the easiest way to do this would be to use global variables. But I really want to wrap all this stuff inside a let. And maybe writing this in like a functional style would be the next best thing. So global variables the easiest, and a functional style, and then a let. Not that it's hard, I just don't know how to do conditional statements for assigning variables in a let, which I guess you'll see in a minute. So I think at this point, I got the link that I need. And then there's something called, there's different ways to do this, but ASDF has one. So because I'm using SBCL, it has its own way to get command line arguments. And then there's these other libraries, I want to say, that can, I think there was one called like Unix. It might be like Unix ops, which looks the most promising. But I don't want to sit there and learn a library to do this. And so I think that ASDF comes with something built in, and it's like UIOP, uh, command line arguments or something like that, maybe. Yeah, there we go. Since on the REPL, there are no command line arguments that are being ran, so it's coming back as nil. And I guess technically, I should probably open up CMD maybe, and then maybe CD C C/WW, because here I have SBCL running, and I don't know if like SBCL mean W. So if I say like backman lines SS SBCL, I don't think that they have one in mean, and I couldn't find CLISP or any of the other ones that I could think of. So like, I think there's also like Closure Common Lisp, and like it's just I don't think mean W has these things. So for right now, I'm just going to use SBCL from here, but running as a script. And so I think what I have to do is come over here and just do this. So I might not be able to see that UIP command line arguments. I don't think. I hate how I can't tab complete in here. I need to learn how to do that. That's why maybe that's why I'm always in the REPL. So I might have to print this because I don't think it's actually going to print anything. And actually, for this script, I'll use the what's it called, para edit. Sometimes I use it, sometimes I don't. But because I'm going to be wrapping everything inside a let, it might just be easier to use a para edit than this one. So here, I want to say SBCL minus minus script, I think, and then it says security now. Nope, security now. There we go. And I'm already getting an error. And so it's saying package UIOP doesn't work. Okay, so does it work inside SBCL? It's working inside my REPL, my Sly REPL right here, right? So first thing I want to see is if I start SBCL, then does this work? And it does, because it's giving me nil, not an error. And I want to say the reason I'm using this is part of ASDF, and I think most implementations have that. So I believe I can just say require here. So we should just require ASDF maybe. If I save that, then maybe I can come back and. So I'm trying to create links, if I didn't say, to run wget against for these Security Now episodes, so I don't have to sit there and download each one with wget independently, let's say. And that's all I had to do. Now I'm getting nil, so that's good. So I'm gonna go ahead and make this full screen, and maybe I'll even make this. I don't know. Like, is it big enough? Like, that's almost too big for me, but I don't know. I think it comes out all right in the video so far. I believe that's what I've been using. And I think I'm gonna leave this here, even though I don't need it. But I will put a like a terpre here, which just is it's just a new line. So while I'm building the rest of this stuff, and so inside my let's say, this is I guess it's the issue I'm having. In the I don't know if I want to make something conditionally. So for instance, the base URL, we could say this will be the base URL from here. It's always hard in Emacs to highlight where I want to. This will be the base URL, let's say. So if I copy that and then come down here and I want to say from the beginning, I'll just start making a let. So I'll say like let base URL and then make it this. And I know the extension is going to be an MP3. So I guess I could just go ahead and do this right away. And then some of these are going to have to build, I think. And then I guess the command line arguments, which will be these guys right here. So if I say like args and then UIOP command line arguments. Oh, so I missed a repl. You can't type. I don't know how to tab complete inside here. And my actual list file. My repl, like my slide repl, is not going to be picking up any command line arguments. That's why I'm using a regular file, I guess, this time. And here's the part like, now that I have those arguments, I guess I could say like, to make sure that's working. It's going to be working because it's working up here, I think. And then now I need to break these up. So I want, let me just print this real quick. Print args. So it's just going to print the same thing twice, I think. But to show that to make sure I'm actually getting this. Oh, now I get an error. Undefined variable args. I don't know why it's doing that. I got args right here, right? Let me get rid of that quick, because I don't need that right now, I don't think, anyway, to test this out. So, nil. So if I pass in, let's say 1 and 2, it's giving me a list back. Oh, you want to know why it didn't work? Because I didn't put the other parentheses to close that. If I say print args here, and save that, then it should work, right? It's just going to print the same thing twice. Nil, nil, and 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so everything's working correctly. So I'm able to get the command line arguments out of there, and they're in a list. So let me move this over here. There we go. That's my this is my fly ripple for the day, I guess. So this is a list 1, 2, and it's a string. And so now what I want to do, and here's the part that I'm not positive about, is I want to split these args into 2 arguments. I'm gonna call one a file arg. I should maybe put an enter, and I want this to be like conditional. So if equal, let's say, length args 2, because my script needs 2 arguments. Like, should I describe how the script's even supposed to be working? Maybe let's just do this real quick too. Like, I'm gonna make this 3 instead of 4. And then we'll just put like a usage right here, let's say. Usage security now grabber .lisp. And maybe I could just say grabber. Security now grabber. And then it'll be the start episode. Start episode num let's say. And then the count of how many I'm going to download. And then we can say example. And so security now grabber. And let's say if we want to start downloading at episode 121 and then download 11 episodes. And then we can say we'll start with episode 121 and create 121 links, 11 links. So that's basically what I'm trying to do. So if we come back down here now and bust up my train of thought. So I'm saying like if equal args 2, then what I want to do is because this is coming in as a string, I'm going to have to parse this as an integer because does the first one need to be an integer? Yeah, maybe I'll add the count to this. So I think both of them should be a integer, let's say. So we'll say parse integer the first of args. Okay, hopefully that works. Wait, that doesn't look indented correctly, does it? Which, so easy way to know you're not putting your stuff in the correct spot. And then I want to have another one called count arg, let's say. And I think I'll just do the same exact thing. So if equal length args 2. And of course, right here, I'm not checking to see if it's an integer. So if I put a string or something in there, it's going to mess up. But there are other libraries to do this automatically. So I'm not going to sit here and do it. I don't want to learn those libraries right now. So the script's just for me. If it was like a script for anybody else, then it might matter more. And then I want to say that I'm done with my assignment. So I'm going to stop that. I'll go ahead and save my file. So to test that out, maybe I'll do my conditional statements next. Oh, I'm just going to put a space here. Like I don't know the proper way to do that, but so now, or a new line, and then this right here closes my let, which I don't want to do. And it automatically brought my parentheses up there, so I'm going to start a cond here, I think will be the best rather than doing ifs. And maybe for right now, I'll just print this out. So I'll just put a print statement right here. So let's just say like and then not null file arg and not null count arg. And if those two are true, then let's just format t file arg is build a new line file arg. And I guess I gotta just copy that, but whatever. Count arg is tilde aesthetic tilde new line, and then count arg. And save that. See if this works. So if I don't have any arguments, it says undefined variable args. One or more use of undefined variable args, undefined variable args. Which is the same error I was getting earlier. A lot more junk in there. So my args is defined, and all my parentheses seem to be lined up the right way. So I think right here, which I tried to explain in another video, but I couldn't figure it out or get it worded right. So I believe this is where you have to use a let star. And right here, I'm saying args is this. And then right here, my file arg depends on args. And my count arg depends on args right here, and right here, and right here. So when you're using a let, if one of the variables you're setting depends on one of the other variables, you have to use a let star. So let me just put some lines there in case that's not right. Okay. So now if I say 1 and 23, then it's saying file arg is 1. But it didn't tell me my other one. Oh, is that because these both are the file arg is the first one, which is showing. I thought there would be like a prog-in here, though. You know, like, no, I do have a new line there. I don't know why it's doing that. If I just put a prog-in here, will that fix that? Well, I thought that was a prog-in built in. I guess I have to put a prog-in there. Interesting. But it's irrelevant too. I didn't really mean to take all that out, did I? Yeah, that's not really what I'm trying to do. So let me go like this. So the script's working the way I want. I've got the file arg1 and file arg23, so that's working. So, you know, I don't want to take that out yet. I'm going to leave that there just to make sure that stuff's working, because before I do that, I think this and closes like this, and then I start my other ones like this, right? The con's kind of confusing to me still. And then I'm going to put just because I want to put a else, like the truth value, anytime the other stuff doesn't happen, to do this. And I just want to do this. So there's like a format T, and basically put this. So if you don't run it correctly, it tells you what to do. So tilde % to give me a new line. So new line, and then Security now. No. I'm not downloading it, am I? I'm creating links. Create links for security now. Episodes, let's say. And then put a new line there. And then put a tilde here. And what this tilde does is let me. So this is a new line, and this tilde just lets me go down to the next line. In my script, basically. Instead of having to like keep going across this just means I can come down here and put a new line. If I just put an enter right here without this, then, which actually would work if I wasn't putting this new line here, but since I am putting that new line there, it just lets me break the line inside my script, I guess. So parameter 1 is, let's say, episode to start with. Episode 2. Episode 2. Episode link to start with. Start from, let's say. And then tilde percent tilde, which I don't know why I'm doing these tilde percent tildes if I just want a new line to go down there, but whatever. It's just something I found out about, so I use it. And then the second parameter is a count. And then we'll just say like how many episodes to, I could spell today, man. Episodes to start to download. How many episodes to create links? So redundant to say that, but whatever. Tilde percent and then tilde percent. So I have two new lines. And do I need to prog in here? Like, I don't understand. So here, that creates that. And I want to do another format T. Format T. And then this one maybe actually do the usage. And format. Format T. And then this one, I don't know. I just always like to have usage because it's kind of annoying sometimes when I don't know how to use something. So usage, and then I'll do a new line, and then this right here just so I can break it down, which I guess is redundant, but like I said, I just learned about that. And so to use it, you can use script, SBCL script, security now, grabber, I don't know if I have to put the dot Lisp there or not. Why not, right? 110 and 12 tilde percent. And I think I'll put two of those there actually, just so the script. Now, without these, it didn't like that. Did I put a bunch of enters first? I think I did, but make sure. Just so I can see where my error starts. Geez, there's so many of these things. Create links for security not parameter, blah, 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 blah. So now it's telling me there's an unknown directive. What directive is broken? Links, intercept. So this kind of lines up. Like the arrow is pointing at create. That's not a directive. So I wonder if it's pointing like in line with this or whatever. 10% till these are all directives I thought I could use. Non-directive. Still don't see where it's telling me which one. Should probably look at my script, but I'm just trying to see if it tells me. All right, so I only have these right here, these right here, these right here, and so like usually it's telling me Unix right here. I have no idea why the script is in DOS format. Like it's usually inside when I'm writing these things, it always says Unix here. So I click it again, it's Mac. I click it again, it's Unix, and now I'm going to save my file. And then, like, if you look, now my script works. I don't even recognize that because I've, like, right here it says Unix. I've ran into that before. I'm not sure why. Every once in a while, Emacs is putting it in the DOS. Maybe I need to find out, like, a setting to make sure it's always doing this. I think I created this script inside here. Yeah, I don't know, but it's just because of the stupid DOS thing, and I guess Emacs is just expecting it to be a Unix form. Like, it's really confusing to me why that does that. And then if I do this, it's just going to say what it did before. Well, it's actually saying this, which I didn't expect it to. If these aren't null, I don't want it to say these. Where'd my progin end at? Right here. Uh, like, I'm not expecting it to say that, actually. If I put these here, it should say that. Right? That's what I wanted to do. But if I put this here, it should definitely not show me the usage anymore. I think why not? It's because if I go like this, I'm closing my knot here. My and here is closing way over there. So I think I come over here and I can hold down Control and left arrow, and then I'm not sure if it re-indented everything. So right here, I'm just going to hit Control Alt Space and then Tab. I think everything else is correctly indented. So I didn't close my knot in the right spot, which is probably why this progin wasn't working earlier. So I'm going to come right here and hit Control and hit the left arrow one more time, and then I can get rid of these. Delete the progin, delete that line, hit Tab to re-indent that thing, and then save that again. And then getting this, so that looks correct. And if I get rid of this, getting my usage stuff. So that's why I had to put that. Like down here, I'm not using a progin, and both of these formats were working, and then earlier these two weren't coming out correctly. It's because I didn't close my and statement in the right spot, my conditional. I'm still getting used to a lot of this stuff, so I want to say that everything is kind of working the way I want it to. So the next thing would be to create a function that actually does what I want it to do. So I'm going to just create it in the middle of these two. And I guess we could just call it like display episode links. So defun display episode links. It won't take any arguments because I'm getting my arguments from the command line. So it's going to have internal arguments, let's say, but it won't have parameters, I guess, when I create it. So so like we'll just say like create and display links to be downloaded with tool such as Wget. There we go. And now we need some kind of loop, which maybe do times will work best here since I'm passing those in above. So do times, we'll just say some number, and then two count args. So we'll say like do times n, which starts at 0, up to count args, which is the count of how many times, which is the second argument right here. So this second argument is count args. So we'll say from like do times from 0 to count args. Then I want to say format. Maybe I could use concatenate. But I think inside the REPL, concatenate would work. And if I was inside SBCL, concatenate would work. But I'm thinking because I'm running this as a script, that concatenate's going to look funky. Which, I don't know that for sure, but I want to say like, it'll put when it prints out, it's going to put quotes around my numbers. And then it might even like escape these things. So it'd probably look something like this. Which the links don't have quotes around them, so maybe Wget won't care, but I think format will be better here, maybe. And I've got the base URL SN right here. So I'm trying to think. I've got the base URL. It has SN there, but then it has another SN that's broken apart. Maybe I should have made my base URL all the way over to here, but I didn't. So I could maybe add that in there, but maybe I could just add that here, I guess. So, I'm not sure how many of these I need. So let me just come down here for a minute. And we have our base URL. And then since I didn't add SN, I'm going to have to add SN. And then, so we have base URL SN, so base URL SN. And then I'm going to have count these, I guess. The file arg starts at 1, let's say, and then I give it 10. So let's just say file arg plus n, maybe. So if we say plus file arg n, and n's going to be the count that's right here until it gets the count arg. So it'll be like 1 and then 1 and then 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, let's say. And then we have to put the SN here again. So we'll, and this time it has /SN. And then it's the same as before because these two numbers match. So it's just going to be like plus file arg n, I think. And then going to add the extension. So base URL and the extension, so the extension last. Extension. And then close. Okay, I'm paying attention when I close that one. And then now I have to figure out this part. So uh, the first one's base URL, so it's tilde A. The second one's SN, so it's tilde A for aesthetic. And then I want to say this one could be the tilde A or it could be a decimal. But I think the aesthetic's even weirder. So there's padded 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's padded 4 characters, let's say. So I'm going to put a 4 here and then a comma. And then I want to pad it with zeros. So you give it the character. I know it looks weird. And then what it is it's going to be like a integer or a decimal. So that's this. And then this right here is going to be a tilde. And then the next one's going to be this funky thing again. So tilde 4, comma, quote, 0, D. And then this right here is extension again. And don't ask me why they're so crazy looking. They just are. I mean, you think like C directives are crazy, but then you get into Lisp and you're like, man, what was someone smoking when they came up with this stuff? I I've tried this in the past by using like the kind of like this is what I thought it would be for a character, but for whatever reason you have to quote it. Well, at least this is what I think works. It worked for me in the past, at least. And so now, I guess the question is, does that script still work? You're getting that error whenever I don't have anything here. Undefined variable count args. And it's because I said count arg. Wait, yep. Right. So come back over here, and that's working correctly. And so if I say like start at episode 1 and give me one link, then it's still saying this file arg stuff. So okay, that means that I created a function, but I left this junk here. So I want to get rid of this line and get rid of this line. I probably shouldn't get rid of them yet, actually, until I know this works. But now I'm going to call that function that I created right here. So we should just be able to say like display episode links. And we don't have to give any arguments because they're built into it. So now, I still got that stupid error. That one's fine. And if I start at episode 1, then it gives me a percent sign at the end. Like, did I ask for a percent sign at the end? I did. So there needs to be a tilde right here. So it gives me a new line. All right. So now if I say, like, give me 10 links. So these look good. These look good. It's saying audio SN. If I go back here, so Twit TV audio SN, SN001, SN001.mp3. So those look like they're cool now. Yeah, I think that's the base of the script here. And then I guess there's some, well, the first issue is that I just realized is I don't have Wget inside Windows. So I'm inside www. So I hit escape inside here, no dir inside here. So if I switch into sec now, in the dir, there's nothing inside here. So what I can do is run my script again and then just send it over to a file called like spec links, let's say. It doesn't matter what it's called. What? Did my script correctly work? No. What did I do? Did I just mess something up? Wasn't it just working? Oh. You know what? Because I cd'd into your cd dot dot. My script's sitting over here. I was like, what's going on? So I'll just say sec now link slash or sec now slash sec links dot txt. And then if I was to say like what is it, type sec now sec links sec links. Can I say dir sec now? It's called sec links. I don't know why that's not working. Type sec now slash sec links. Huh. .txt. Let me just go over here real quick and see what's going on. Seclinks.txt. Oh, you know, it's probably because of stupid Flash is the wrong way. I'm so not used to working in DOS. There we go. So there's a file sitting over there, and first thing that's wrong is I left a stupid thing over there. So let me correct that. So if we come up here, I no longer leave this. I'm just gonna get rid of it because it's working. And then now, if I run the other command again, overriding that, and see, this slash is the wrong way too. Just to be properly Windows, I should do it like that probably. So I get used to it. With sec now, and then sec links. And then now you see that looks correct. So now that that's there, I could come over here to wget. You know, I don't want to wget that many of them though. Sorry. Maybe run that script one more time and only give it 2. And then now I come over here because I have wget on this side. What I could say is earlier I wgetted this one. And so now I can just wget this other one. And probably I want to be nice, so I'll say like wget minus w2, which will wait 2 seconds between the downloads, minus I, and give it the sec now links. And so if the script works, it'll wait 2 seconds between the downloads and download my files. So, and then just see the file size to make sure. So yeah. Now I have 3 different ones. So now I can download those this way. But the tacky thing is I don't want to do that every time. Since I can't get SPC over here and mean W, file SPCL over here. You know, I wonder if I can just run a program over here. So let me just see. So /C. For whatever reason, I can't tab complete. If I'm in Bash, I can, but when I'm in Z shell and this mean W, like if I cd/C, here I can tab complete from here. So now if I also say like program / files / steal program file still bake Common Lisp. It's the other slash because I'm in over here. Gee, it's steel bank. Can you just give me, there we go, steel bank Common Lisp / spcl.exe. Oh, okay. So that's promising. So I can run a DOS program, the SPCL over here, from the Windows side. Not a DOS program, but a Windows program. I can just run this from here, so that makes everything easier. So that means I should be able to kind of cheat some in Z shell. What I can do is just say path plus equal, and then if I give it the /C/ program file / steel bank Common Lisp like this. Path plus equal this. Then now I should be able to just type SBCL from here. Yeah, okay, that's cool. So now I can exit this. And before I add that to my other file, let me think for a second. If I'm in the env, so the other question I have is, before I do that, like, let me just come into a window. And this is a new tmux window, so it doesn't have SBCL in here, right? So I want to say, do I need to take that out of the... I think I need to show this other one first, because this might work first. Also, I guess. So you don't have to add this to your path if you didn't want to, maybe, but I'm going to do it to both. So from here, if I say cdww, cd/c www, let's say, and then come to the top of this file, and then add a shebang here. And then we'll say like user bin and use env sbcl. And I want to say you do it like this. So if I go like this, and then now I come back over here to, and now also notice it's darker right here. It's like in bold. Mean W by that shebang automatically makes this executable or not. Where like usually you'll say like chmod plus or minus x security now, and I said minus, but notice it's still bold. So like usually it's gonna care, but it doesn't care. So here I'm just wondering if I can say security now. Let's see, what's this saying? All right, so I think I have to put like a minus s here. What's happening here, I think, is it's saying no such file or directory. And notice it's saying this whole thing. So maybe I'll just come over here like this for a second. What's happening here is I think this is seen as one string rather than two. And so I have to put like a minus s, which will split that screen. You might even be able to see like, minus h, env minus help. And then right here you'll see. And I want to say like different distros or different shells maybe will do this or not. So I'm pretty sure all I have to do is come over here and put a, after the env, put a minus s, save that. And then if I come back over here, then rerun that thing. Oh, I would have thought because it was in my Windows path that might work. But nope, it's my env for Z shell, so I will exit out of this and not worry about that, because that means over here it will work though, because this is the one that has SBCL in it, right? Yes. So now if I say cdww and then do the security now, then I get my usage. If I do 1 and 22, let's say, then it gives me these. And now what I want to do is take what I had before and add that to my, I just put my .jerk file, but I guess you might want to put it in your .znv file, depending on how you're using your shell. But since I'm just using mean W, the jerk file should work, I think. So I can just add that real quick. So I guess I'll just go like this. Put that in my shell RC file. Adding that to the end of the file. So I want to put a blank line there. And then I'll just type what I had earlier. So path plus equal. I don't know how to, like, I don't want to copy inside this here doc or paste inside of it. So I'll just have to retype it out, I guess. File slash still bank Common Lisp. And then I'll just put another line EOF it. And then now if I say Control VC, I should be able to, in a new tmux window, run that from now on. So let me just exit out of here, which now means that my ZNV file should work. So I can say like this. I can now run my script like this, 120. Or I could say SVCL minus script, tag script, and then the security now, and then say 110, right? And with that said, now I still should be able to say minus script over here in the CMD window also, I think. And then 820, and they'll give me the links. So what I'll do here is just jump into the security now file, let's say, where I was downloading the MP3 is at. If I say dot slash dot slash security now, and then I want to pass this to Wget. And to do that, before I put the minus I there, so I'll put like tac I, so I'll say like wget minus w2, let's say. Let's just wait 1 second since it's a video. And then normally you put the tac I to grab the link, because then I'll put the file name over here. But since I'm piping it, I just put another tag like this, it should work. So of course I have to put the actual, so let's say I want to start from, I believe I had 2 and 3, so let's say I start from episode 3 and then just do 10 links. And then now it'll go grab 10 episodes for me. And like they're like almost an hour, like on average around an hour, so that's like 10 hours of video or audio. And since I put the 1 second in between the downloads, that's why it takes so long. Also, just download them real fast. You see, it took 24 seconds with the clock time, but it really downloaded a lot faster. Like it downloads a lot faster, but because I was making it go slow. And then now I have all these, so we can just check, and then they all look like they're actually some file there. So like we could just say like file SN009, let's say, and see it's actually an MP3 file. So yeah, this is the first time I've ever, like, this script, I want to say won't even run in the REPL, right? Like the REPL probably doesn't like this line, and the REPL's not going to know what these mean. So if I was trying to compile this file right here, then it's not going to work. So this is probably the first Common Lisp script I wrote that's supposed to be running the shell and doesn't even work in the REPL, I guess. And also, just note that this is a closure here, because got some variables set right here, and then inside there I'm defining a function. So this makes this a closure. I don't know if I can even see that, but I wonder from the command line if you can see that or not. Like, I don't know if you can say like describe something. Like, does it print that out? We could try this real quick, see what happens. Describe, like, how do I do this? Oh, no, it's like, but do fun test. If I could just go like this, probably blah, and then describe. Do I have to do it like this? Okay. So notice this says compiled function. So if I come back over here and say describe this display episode links, and then run this from over here, what happens? Let's just put one. And notice right here, it's actually showing right here. So whereas this guy over here was a function, then over here it's noticing it's a closure. And what makes it a closure is that inside this lexical environment or this local environment that's all wrapped inside a let, these are all local. So if I was to come down here and try to like describe any of the other variables, let me get rid of that. Describe any of the other variables, they don't exist once this let closes. But since there's a function inside here, which from my understanding, it seems like globals or functions are global. So these are local variables. And since this function right here is using some local variables inside here, that as long as this function exists, these variables will be captured or closed over. And I just call them closured, but I think the correct term is closed over. And that's what makes this a closure. It's because this function is using stuff inside of a local environment or a lexical environment, and can use these, and the function can still be called, and then outside of there, right? So I could call the function down here, like I did with describe right here. I described it outside of there, and it has access to these still. I'm trying to like understand closures a little bit better, so I'll make a video on that soon. Tried to study them a while back, but I wasn't really messing with Lisp too much. And now that I'm messing with it more, I'm trying to research them a little bit better. But it's an example of a closure. Anyway, I'm rambling again. Ribbit.